God bless the Affordable Care Act, and here's why. Young people in hospitals have saved over 147 million dollars in 2011 thanks to the Affordable Care Act. Because the Affordable Care Act allows for 3.1 million young people to go back on their parents' health care insurance. It also has allowed for us to see a decrease in healthcare costs over time in the first year of the program's existence, or the second year of the existence. But here, let me explain it to you. Let me break the math down for you. So, before the Affordable Care Act, young people were, some of them, if you were age 22 to 26, were most likely uninsured. And because you were uninsured, you didn't go to the doctor because you couldn't afford it. And so what happened is you would delay going to the doctor and delay receiving care until the injury became serious or the injury became life-threatening, and then you would be in the ER. You would be part of the emergency care system, which, for the record, Mitt Romney thinks is the best way to solve our healthcare problem, which he said in the debate last year. But let's get back to the story. That was a tangent, I know. But what the Affordable Care Act does is it allows you to go back on your parents' health care insurance. I mean, you can see a doctor before your injury gets severe, which means that young professionals now, they have stopped paying for insurance, and hospitals are saving money because when you go to the emergency room and you can't afford it, the hospital has to absorb that cost. And so since hospitals no longer have to absorb the cost because these individuals now have insurance, money is being made on both sides, both the hospital side and on the patient side. And just to note, when you go to when you rely on emergency room care for your health care, it costs you 40% more money from going to your regular primary care physician doctor than going to emergency room. Foregoing care, and serious injuries have accounted for almost $465 billion in medical spending in the last year. And it's also resulted in the loss of productivity amongst the American worker. This is from the CDC. So this is why the Healthcare Act is a good thing. Shout out to the Healthcare Act because it's doing what it's supposed to do to make our jobs easier and our lives better. Good things, right? That's what I thought.